Hello there, Facebook group. Inspire the Person, Impact the Profession with Dave Major here and Dr. Michael Gandolfi. Hi, Dr.
Since
Mike.
since we can't have music, Dave, could you sing a little bit? Would that be okay?
Hey, you
Oh,
want me
wait,
to
wait,
sing?
never mind, never mind.
Oh, come on. I had
I
a
forgot.
song I sang at Parker.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I was feeling
All
so
right, we're
bad.
good.
I asked my chiropractor just what I had.
All right, Dave.
Anyways,
Well, we have something super special for you today, so you're going to want to make sure you
amazingly,
listen to this one.
yes.
This is going to be a life-changing call, so let's rock it out today.
Woo!
Dave and I have something to announce that you're really going to want to pay attention to. In fact, if you stay to the end, we'll tell you how to get this amazing opportunity for free. So you're not going to want to miss out on this. So Dave doesn't even know that, but I'll make it a surprise for you, Dave.
Oh,
So
you're
what
getting
we want to,
a little bit of
what's
heart
that?
there. You're hanging around me too much.
Yes, indeed. All right. So, yeah, this is going to be incredible because what we're going to do today is we want to talk about how to add 100 visits a week to your practice. Would that be of benefit to you? I mean, think about it. Would that be of benefit to you? So here's where this all started. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about my brother. My brother's an optometrist. And as he was getting started in his practice, he came to me and said, hey, Mike, I know you help chiropractors. I want to grow my practice. And I'm like, okay. So listen, he had a really nice practice. I mean, I tried to put it in chiropractic terms. I would say it was like about a 200, 250 visit a week practice. I mean, obviously very different in optometry, but he had a good practice. And he says, hey, can you help me grow? And I said, sure. I'm like, what are your goals? He said, well, my goal is I want to grow my practice. I want to quadruple it. And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, okay. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, how absolutely certain are you convinced that you're going to do this? He's like, oh, it's a 10. I'm telling you, here's what I'm doing. I just want to see if you can help me with it. I'm like, okay. All right. What's the time frame? So here's the kicker, Dave. He said a week. And I laughed. I just laughed at him. And he's my older brother, so he shut me up really quick and said, no, I'm serious about this. Here's what I'm doing. I just need the plan. And I'm like, okay. So we got serious and we figured it out. And so have you ever heard this story, Dave?
Yes, I have. It's a great
Okay.
story.
So he went to work and we had to look at his capacity. We had to look obviously at his marketing. We had to look at his procedures because of the flow of things. He had to look at his staff. I mean, we took a look at everything, and we came up with what we thought was the perfect plan. And he implemented it, and he worked his butt off. Obviously, he worked his butt off. We're talking he wants to quadruple his practice in a week's time, right? And so he normally worked all the way. He worked Monday through Friday and Saturday mornings, and he got done at noon on Saturdays. Was his normal work week. He was a hard worker anyway. And so he got to Saturday, and I got a phone call. And he says, all right, here's what we did. We tripled our practice. We tripled his practice in a week. He tripled a busy practice in a week's time. And I'm congratulate him. I'm like, who does this? It's unheard of. It's phenomenal. And so he's like, all right, shut up. He says, I'm going to quadruple it. And we're not there yet. And so we finished up our week. We don't have any more patients on the books. I mean, we're done, but we're short. What do we do? He's like, the staff came to me. They're 100% in. They're going to stay till we do this. Let's come up with a plan. So we brainstormed what to do on Saturday. How can he, in essence, have an entire week in the rest of Saturday? And so we came up with a plan. And I mean, he was even doing midnight madness and you name it. So I get a call at midnight, so he then went another 12 hours straight. After the morning, he went another 12 hours. So he put whatever, a 16-hour straight day in, which is insane, right? I mean, he is insane. And so he goes through the process and he calls me at around midnight and says, well, we're not going to make it, but we're coming back tomorrow. He's like, it's not over with yet. We're coming back tomorrow.
I
So
love
he
it.
came back on Sunday. We brainstormed some more. We came up with more ideas, and he hit it. It took him to like 5 or 6 o'clock on Sunday. He hit it. He hit the goal, which was just absolutely insane. He was 100% in. He did it, right? And so I started thinking, I'm like, well, we could do the same things in chiropractic. And I don't want people to absolutely have to work nonstop every single day, all day for 7 days straight. I mean, I'm sure everybody would if they had that opportunity to quadruple their practice. And so we decided could we do that over 30 days versus 1 week? And so we tested it, and we started doing that program where I would take on maybe 4 or 5 doctors in a year's time, and it was so much work to do this. And so we did it. We had great success, and I got better and better and better at it. We created a system, and we just had it fine-tuned. So we then upped the ante, and we got to the point where we could take on 50, 70 doctors at a time. And it wasn't just that we could take on a lot of doctors at a time. Statistically, and this is what's really cool, and those who've already been through this, who know that it works, because 80% of our doctors hit goal. 80% hit goal. 10% exploded well past their goal. We had our record is 237 visits growth in 3 weeks. We have a number of practices that broke 200, added 200 visits a week to their practice. So we're talking about massive growth. Now, we did have maybe, I would say, about 10% who didn't come even close to hitting goal. And so, we know how to filter those people out now. Not everybody's accepted with it. And almost in every 100%, there was 2 things that happened. Either they just didn't implement. They listened to everything and didn't do anything. Of course, nothing's going to change if you don't do anything. The other ones had life crises, where in the middle of it, something happened and they just shut down. Some of them had life crises, like Dr. Zimmerman. Well, it wasn't a crisis, but Dr. Zimmerman had a baby in the middle of this thing. Well, in the 3rd week, he had a baby, but he grew by over 200 visits. So, and he had a baby. That's a good month, right? All right. So we want to teach this, because what happened, we didn't do this program last year because COVID. I mean, some of the tricks and tools that we used in the process just wouldn't work during COVID. And so we didn't, we just pulled the program and didn't even offer, didn't do it last year. And so as we've been working together with Dave's got the perfect tools to fill the gap because of COVID. So with Dave's, part in this process, we are able to merge his skills with my skills together. And so we've been working, some of we've been talking about our coaching clients, and they're breaking records all the time. The point is that by merging our talents together, he's got so many specific things that he does that fit perfect for this time. And so we took his skills, added them to this challenge, and it's working like magic for our coaching clients. And so we're going to bring it back and offer this to everyone. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to change your technique. You don't have to change your pricing. You don't have to change, what you believe in chiropractic. You don't have, it's a system that works with whatever technique you use. It's a system where, there's no magic, it's not like, oh, we got this fabulous Facebook ad. No, it's not that at all. It's work is what it is. It's a detailed process. We show you exactly how to make this thing work and take it week by week. So it's a 10-week challenge. And it's a 10-week challenge because the first 6 weeks is we're teaching you how to do it. And then when we actually launch, so we hit a launch date, And that launch date could be different based on your own personal schedules, because we have people who take vacations and we'll move it around. We don't want a vacation in the middle of the 30 days. Before, fine. After, fine. But in the middle of the 30 days, so for some people it can shift it a little bit. But the beauty of this is we work hard for 6 weeks. And so as we work up to it for 6 weeks, then we have the launch date. And when the launch date goes, I mean, we're all in 100%. 80% of you are going to grow by 100 visits without any tricks or tools. It's just proven pieces that we've learned over decades of working with people. Now, some people say, well, I don't want to grow 100 visits. I only want 50. And I want, some people say, I only want 30. I'd be happy with 30. If I could add 30 visits a week, I'd be in heaven. Some people, everybody has their own numbers that they might want to plug in. But the majority say, yeah, I want 100 visits. I want to add 100 visits a week. So if you want less, that's no problem. There's formulas that we use, which you'll learn the first week we do analytics. We go deep into your practice. We're looking at everything. We have to understand every practice, conversion rates, consistency of new patients, care plans, compliance, PVA, all these different factors come into the analytics of what we need to do to get there. And so we just plug in the appropriate numbers. And so, if somebody wants to grow by 60 visits, great. We can plug in those numbers, tell you exactly what you need to do that. But that's week one. We do all the analytics week one. So everybody knows what they have to do. And then it gets cool. So week two, we're already we cover multiple different areas of just internal marketing alone. And again, we find your best skill sets and we take advantage of your best skill sets. We're taking advantage of what you already do well and scaling it. In week three, we're taking a look at capacity, staffing. We're looking at your core system, because if you want to grow by 100 visits, I hear it all the time. I got plenty of room. I could grow like crazy. And then they grow by 10%. And they're like, holy crap, we're so busy. We can't grow anymore. So we got to look realistically at that process. And we address that in week three. Week four, we get into external marketing. In these first 3 weeks, Dave is instrumental in helping us with this process. So what we pulled and couldn't do on our own, Dave filled the gaps, which has made this, it's just been incredible. It's just been a godsend, because, a proven tool didn't work for COVID, but with David's help, now we've got everything we need. And listen, I've been doing this for probably 20 years. And COVID threw us for a loop, and we couldn't do this program. Certainly we could coach our doctors, but to have this much growth this fast wasn't going to happen without Dave. Dave filled in the gap. So we've got pieces that are happening in these first 3 weeks that are just critical. It sets the stage. So we're building out the plan. We look at reactivation opportunities in the 4th week. We're looking, I have to look at my schedule to look. Then when we get into the 5th week, we're doing messaging, communications. We're working on the system. We're building in all these little tools, from mindset, launch dates, role plays, timelines, what has to happen. We have this thing so fine-tuned that every single day through the entire 10-week process, this is what happens, this is what happens, this is what happens, here's what you implement. What's really nice is the tools that Dave had added to us. So if you're interested in taking a look at this challenge and growing your practice, I'll tell you this, 80% of you will hit goal. 10% of you will well exceed your goal. You're going to have to rethink your whole goal system. 10% of you may not get accepted. And 10% of you may have things that throw you off. Listen, still take the course and you can pick it up on your own. You'll have the information. You might have to pick it up down the road. But if you're an implementer, you're almost guaranteed to blow your goals away. It's all about taking action and implementing. So if this is something that sounds good to you, that something that you want to look forward to, you want to get your practice back on track. I'm sorry, Dave, I've been talking so much.
Oh,
Because I'm
it's
excited
fine.
about this, because I'm excited to launch this and give it the opportunity to people. I can't shut up about it, but this is fun. I love
It
doing
is. It
this.
is.
This is so much fun.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, and I actually had an itch in my ear, so I'm like, sorry, I'm not giving you a sign. Sometimes you do some stuff.
The baseball sign.
No, baseball sign like shut. I know, shut up. Yeah. No, it's very. I can't add much more to that. The accountability factor that I brought to the table is amazing. Everyone, the general theme through all the challenges that our group is telling us is consistency. But accountability creates that consistency, and so that 10% that mentioned that maybe didn't get it, they didn't implement. So that's going to happen. We're shooting for 100%. For 100% that people sign up, 100% are going to get that growth of 100. So
we fine-tuned it over the years of who not to accept into the program, because not everybody can do this. But
right.
What Dave is, Dave brings accountability, which is huge. Dave brings communication tools that is added to our program. Dave brings marketing tools that I didn't have to our program. Dave brings staffing tools that we didn't have in our program. Dave brings a lot. I mean, this is not my program. This is our program. That we took a great program that was successful for year after year after year after year. Most everybody, who I've ever coached has been through this program. And we've found how much better it works once we've brought both of our tools together, both of our skills together. So it is not it is not just me. It is definitely both of us. I want people to understand it's not our old program. This is the new program that is substantially, outlandishly better than what we do. What's cool is there is nobody who's ever taken this program who doesn't rave about it, who doesn't talk about how we've over-delivered, how we brought so much more than they ever thought. It is not, again, it's not some cheap little thing that people get a hold of. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. It's no BS. And so
it's transformational. It's epic. We're taking a great program, making an epic program now.
Well, we've created epic practice. One of our practices, Dr. Eric in the St. Louis area, pretty much everybody knows about him in the St. Louis area, but he started just a typical chiropractor, seeing 200 some visits a week. He took this program and jumped to 500 visits a week in 4 weeks. Didn't stop there, kept growing. They do thousands of visits a week right now. We have Dr. Zimmerman, I mentioned him earlier, but he's done this program 3 times. And every time we went to another level. We went from 500 to 600. Then he's like, can you do this for my associate? So he got to the point where he brought an associate on board. Can he do the program? Sure, we did it again. We have a number of people, which at first it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, you have all the tools, you have all the information, you have all these trainings, because what it includes is we do a live Zoom call on a weekly basis, a live training session that you'll get a recording of. So we do a live Zoom call every single week. Then in addition to that, you're getting a daily affirmation, not an affirmation, but an accountability audio coming in from Dave. You're going to get a consistent, all right, here's the milestone that you should be on the 3rd day of this program. Here's the milestone that you should be on the 7th day of this program. It's just like holding you accountable, telling you what to do. You just follow the cookbook. As long as you follow. So we broke it down. The reason why we broke it down into 10 weeks is because anybody can follow that. You don't have to completely destroy your personal life to be able to implement this. And it's for a short period of time anyway, but you just follow the cookbook. You need to dedicate, a certain amount of time each day. And if you put that time in each day, you accomplish amazing things, right? So just follow it along. So you'll have those coming. You'll have numerous different audio recordings. We've recorded tons of different pieces, like, all right, we're going to implement this week. And here's a training on each one of those. So it's not just us talking on our Zoom training, but then here's the follow-up pieces. Here's the follow-up pieces. I mean, if you go on to and were to buy our programs, that just the audio trainings alone, we calculated it out to over $5,000 of tools that are thrown in the process. Like, you could buy a lot of this stuff off of our websites, but it's included in the program. And what's even better yet, for those who respond quickly, we'll show you how to get this program free.
Okay.
So there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't or wouldn't want to be a part of this. So you listen to this, private message us, message Dave, message myself. Let us know that you want in. We'll do a phone call. We'll show you exactly how to get into this. And so this project, this group, we're going to start our group. We're going to start our teams. We're limited. Obviously we can't take on unlimited doctors into this program. So we're limited to a finite number of people into the program. So those who respond first, those who get in first, it's going to be the best thing they ever did. So
Yes.
follow along with us, be part of this.
You snooze, you lose. There's two things I like to end with. Number one, you said, you can buy the tools and stuff, separately, but how many of you out there have tools? How many of you have manuals, tapes, and audios and all that? But there's no accountability. You're not implementing. Knowledge isn't power. Knowledge is potential power. Wisdom is knowledge rightly applied. The application of the knowledge. For instance, we could talk about how to improve your marriage, date night. I've gone on 47 years, and I can tell you all the things you do. And you go, wow, I got all the notes, I got the video, I got the audio, but you never do it. So guess what? It never comes to fruition in your life. So number one, this is a total different program. I guarantee you lasting, memorable, and lasting transformation. And the last thing is commitment over there. Some of you think, well, is Dr. Mike being harsh with these guys? Well, maybe we'll accept you, maybe we won't. Let's look at a patient. If a patient's committed a 5 and you're committed a 10, is the relationship going to work? No. And guess what they do? They blame you that they didn't get better, but they didn't do what you said. So I'm telling you what, if you're committed to growing your practice 100 visits and getting out of maybe that funk you've been in or whatever, I'm telling you what, this is the program to sign up for. I guarantee it's going to make an impact. It's going to transform your life. And not only professionally, I work with the personal too, because your personal affects your professional. So anyways, we look forward to seeing you. Please, personally message us, direct messages, and message us about it. And it's going to be an amazing program. And I'm telling you what, 100% I'm just blown away. We put all these practices in the last year, and people that were barely hanging on are flourishing and just excited that they got control of their life. Their practice is growing, their personal life's growing. And so I can't say it enough. I am glad from my standpoint, y'all kind of know what I do. I used to travel all around where I'm impacted more in the profession doing this. And I just cannot say thank you enough to Dr. Mike and I. It's just a blessing to do what we're doing. So you want it, you can have it. If you don't, it's not how good you are, it's how bad you want it. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, a number of things, Dave, you couldn't be more true, but you just nailed it. I mean, I can tell you so many people who, myself included, hey, I order an Anthony Robbins program and it still has the plastic on it, or I order this and I never dig into it. And even if I do dig into it, did I implement anything on it? I mean, how many people read a book, here's a self-help book, or here's a book on this or that, and they love the book, but they didn't implement anything out of the book. It's implementation, which we've solved that. We basically take people by the hand and walk them through the program, step by step by step, and we're on top of it every single day. We're following up people. That's why we can't take a ton of people, because we're so on top of everybody in the program. We want everybody to be successful. So listen, hey, just, do this, just down below, just make a comment, just put
please,
in, just
please,
put in, just
in.
all you gotta do is type in, I want in. and we'll
Mhm.
follow up and we'll tell you how to get into the program free. Just type in IN, 2 letters. You can do that. So get into this, make a difference, make a change. If you want your practice to change in 2021, we've got the whole year in front of us here. Let's make a huge difference. Let's make a big impact. Let's save more people's lives, change people's lives through chiropractic. And again, we're not changing your chiropractic system. We're scaling your practice. This is an accelerator, a practice scaler. That's what we're doing. And we want you to be part of it. We're so excited about this. We're going to blow up this profession. That's what we're doing. That's why we got together to begin with. We're loving it. We want you to be part of it.
Definitely. And it's the perfect time. We talk about the bubble, the bubble's ready.
Oh
It's going
yeah,
to
yeah.
explode.
It's
And
so
I'm telling you what, this is the last thing, I promise. My wife always goes, you always say it's the last thing, and it's never the last thing. But think of it like chiropractic. If someone came in seriously needing help, like your practice is, sorry, people come in, they're really hurting. You're not going to say, oh, once a month we'll see you. You're going to do an intensive care, a program 3 times a week, and get that intensity to turn things around. That's why the 10-week boot camp is intensity, to get things where it start to shift and have the paradigm shifts and everything start to transform and turn this around, because it's not going to happen. A rocket takes 95% of the fuel to get off the launch pad. Why? Because that's the most important thing. So this 10-week boot camp will be like the 95% to get yourself, I was going to say but I said but
I
in
was thinking
gear.
something else.
And yeah, no, I know, definitely good Christian man. I'm not going to say it. Anyways, all right, well, listen, it's enough said. We can go on forever, especially that guy, wherever he's going to be, and myself. But you know what? I always say this, and I mean it from my heart. Don't ever mistake us as pushy people. We're passionate people. There's a huge difference between pushy and passionate. And we're
Pushy.
passionate. What?
How is this pushy? Why are you telling them how to do it for free? It's like you show
I
up.
know. Okay,
What,
I'm going to shut up.
what am
Get
I
your head in the
pushing?
game and game face on, because we want participators, not spectators. Okay, we do this because you are worth it. Have a great day. Take care. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.